So we started our talk today by asking the question, what's more important, insight or action? And over the last decade, organizations have made critical investments in data and analytics. And those are foundational to your core strategy, especially if we're in annual planning at the moment for most of us. Until now, though, we haven't really used that data to empower our middle line managers to drive performance day to day. And that is a tremendous missed opportunity. And for that reason, I'm excited to announce we are building an insight engine. It is a next-gen insight engine to complement Rhythm, our action engine. And in a minute, we're going to walk through what that's going to mean for you. But before we do, I want to talk to you about the word insights. Now, I've been a technologist for a while now, and I can tell you, we love to talk about delivering insights to customers. But the simple truth is that when I have conversations with many of you, what I hear is that the insights that you get back aren't all that insightful. So we're going to change that. We're going to change it by taking an innovative and category-defining approach to this problem, because it turns out when you work with revenue teams, you have to deliver a very specific type of insight, and it has to meet two criteria. Number one, it has to be connected to outcomes. If we cannot tell you what drives success, it's not an insight. You know, I had a conversation recently with a commercial sales manager. She just finished an evaluation of all the conversation intelligence products, you know, all the ones that you know. She said, you know, I've been doing this evaluation. I go into all these solutions. They're full of charts, graphs, data tables, some of them very pretty, by the way. When I dig in, I'm seeing things like seller A pauses for 10 seconds after asking a question on sales calls, and seller B pauses for 15 seconds. She said, you know, what am I supposed to do with that? She said, we are drowning in analytics. But if you cannot tell me that one is better than the other, that's just noise. You are starved for insights. And I know that because I have conversations with all of you every week. And every week, when I talk to a revenue leader, I ask them about the products they use, whether it's us or competitors or partner products, and I ask them about analytics. And every time, I learn that they use at most 20% of what they get back. And what I hear is, well, it's not in our top 3 priorities right now, but we think in 6 months we'll get to it. 6 months goes by, I talk to the same customer again, we have the same conversation. The reality is, you are all drowning in analytics. And they are very much like that Stairmaster in the corner of your basement. You thought you wanted it, but you don't use it. And you don't use it because it's not what you need. What you need looks a lot more like this. These are real insights. They are connected to actions, things that you can actually do to drive revenue. These are things you would actually use. This is what you want. And this is what we're building. Because we are at a unique moment in time where this is possible in a way that it was never possible before. And to understand that, you have to understand how we got here. When sales technology started, we did exactly what you would expect. We observed what you were doing in the real world, and we gave you digital equivalents, and that did 2 very important things. Number one, it made sellers more productive, and that in and of itself was awesome. Number 2, and I want you to hold on to this for a second, for the first time ever, we could capture seller activity. We could actually see what they were doing, and that was important. In this workflow, it solved a problem. It just happens to not be the problem that you have today. Because buying, as we all know, has evolved. There are more people involved in every single deal that you work today, and they come ready to play. These buyers go to places like G2. They know who your competitors are. They talk to analysts at Forrester and Gartner. They know which questions to ask you. And they may even use solutions like Vendor, which means they know how you price and you negotiate. They come ready to rumble when it is time to buy. That means we have to evolve. And that is why we built Rhythm, the industry's first signal-to-action engine, because it takes in all of the things that your buyer is doing, even when you are not in the room with that buyer. And for the first time ever, it prioritizes seller workflow. And this, my friends, unlocks a special opportunity, because now we have everything the seller does And we have how the buyer responds, and because we are Salesloft, we have connected that to outcomes. And that means we have a data set that exists in a way that it has never existed in the history of revenue. And this data set is unlike any other, because it's not just that we have those three elements, it is the quality of those three elements. Because as Ellie has talked about, Rhythm is a best practices machine. That means we scale excellence across your front lines. You can be confident that they are doing the right things, and when they're doing the right things, that means the insights you get back are meaningful. They move the needle. So we are building a next-gen insights engine to give you those insights. And they're not just generic insights, they are insights specific to your business and to these segments within your business. One size does not fit all. Now, we're gonna take these insights and we're gonna use it to guide Rhythm. And when you put that together, you have what we like to call a winning machine. That is a perpetually improving sales organization where your seller takes an action, we see the outcome, we derive an insight, we feed it back into Rhythm. And that means your organization gets better every single day. That is how you win in this market. And that is what we're bringing to you.